Today's excursion is to check out some of my old dirt bike haunts and to see whether this road, that will turn to gravel in a minute, is suitable for Wendy to ride on, because it provides a loop up into the mountain, across the top and then back down home again. Because we're in lockdown at the moment, we're looking for rides to do locally, and this ride is only about 5 minutes from home. I'm in what is laughingly called the Wadigan Mountains. While they're not mountains, they are hills, and it's quite extensive bushland. Half of it's state forest on this side and the other part is national park. But in typical national park style, the national park roads are absolutely atrocious. The Wadigans are completely inundated with single track. This is a very popular spot for dirt bike riders these days. Used to be, I knew pretty much every single track in this whole area, having ridden it for about 40 years on dirt bikes. But sadly, I'm just too old and decrepit for the dirt bike scene anymore, so I have to be satisfied with just riding my road bike through the main roads. When on the dirt bikes, we rarely stuck to the main road. There was always a single track to go on. And because these hills are quite hilly and the gullies quite steep, it was always a bit of a challenge going on the single track. Well, this part of the road isn't too bad. There's been some ruts and whatever, but not too bad. But as we come over the hill, it starts to get worse. And even though it's really hard to see it on the video, I'm having to stand up because of the roughness of the track. So unfortunately, I don't think this is territory to bring Wendy on her bike. But it's fun. But it's just as well I've got a bash plate. Ouch, hit there. There's some just steep drainage ruts going across the road. Got to be careful there. And here comes another one I didn't see. As you can see on the left, it's really quite steep down into the gullies. The main track is steepish, but not at all a problem. But it is quite rough in places. Clearly filming in mottled sunshine and shade is nowhere near ideal, but unfortunately there are so many trees around. This is how it is up here. Okay, it's been a little bit rough, but now it's getting a bit more serious. This downhill is quite washed out. So I'm standing up and I've got to be quite careful where I go because of the lack of ground clearance on the NC. Well, the track might be rugged, but it is a beautiful spring day and I'm really enjoying this ride out on my own in the bush. The bike is just purring along and everything is right with the world. I'm out here on my own, but you can hear the bellbirds dinging in the background. Heaps of serenity. It's all very well to take this sort of shot, but someone's got to come back for the camera. But this gives me a chance to stop and appreciate where I am. Very beautiful. As I said, this is a bit of a nostalgia trip. And this rock face here, it's surprising to remember that we used to ride up this on our trail bikes. I've reached my first destination. Just around here is Muir's lookout. It was never a particularly good lookout, but it does have a spot to stop and a bit of a picnic place. But as I'm just about to find out, the only real view is via the drone, because the trees have really overgrown this area. Okay, that's enough of a break. Time to get back on the track and head to my next destination, which is called the Pine Forest Picnic Area. The road improves a bit from here, but there's still quite a few sandy patches that can easily catch you out in this mottled shade. And we're not on the main road yet. It's impossible to see on the video, but there are a number of really steep drainage ditches on this uphill section. Right, I've joined up with the main forest road now. This road goes along the top of the mountains and then down on the other side towards Cessnock. There's no problem riding any sort of bike along here. The road's corrugated, but it's okay. In fact, it's that okay that you can ride without holding the handlebars. Okay, I'm here. Well, I'm at the turnoff. One more K and we're down to the picnic area. I've got the whole place to myself, just the way I like it. Rightio then, it's time to head off home. But there's one last place that I want to visit before I get home. And it's just down here somewhere off this little side track. This is another rocky little section that we used to ride up and down to improve our balance skills. I wonder if I can do it on the NC. Yeah, surely I'm not that old. I think I'll just take that line right there and then veer to the right as I go up. Here we go. Ha, you didn't really think I was going to go up there, but this one's achievable. That's good enough for a road bike. Besides, I already know I'm a real man, I don't have to prove it. Well, that's it for the dirt. Just here's where the bitumen starts again, and there's a nice little winding section that goes down the mountain towards home. A good way to finish a brilliant little ride out in the countryside, all on my onesome. We really are very fortunate to have this sort of countryside so close to home.